Such a special day for me today, as I'm in a sacred space and one where I was here every weekend for over a year learning about the values of the Parsi religion. And through this journey, I was mentored by someone who has not just taught me my prayers, but also instructed me beautifully into the Zoroastrian way of life. Cawas Bagli, the one who wears two hats and has been equally engaged and committed to both these areas. He's the priest of the fire temple and keeps alive the holy fire which has been burning for the past 5 decades. And also a wildlife and heritage photographer, also known as the Fort Tiger, who focuses on capturing wild cats in their natural habitat. He's particularly passionate about the Royal Bengal tiger and also the leopard, with the goal of photographing the snow leopard in its natural habitat. Thank you for having me here today. You've taken on such a big responsibility for so many years as the priest of the fire temple. You have kept the holy fire, which has been burning for more than 5 decades, alive, tending it to 4 times a day. Please could you share with us the experiences and thoughts through this journey?
Thank you for inviting me. This fire temple was constructed in 1961. And first it was my father who was a priest here, and I took over in 1984-85. Since then, my journey in this fire temple is like, it's like my own home. It's like she's a heartthrob for which you live day in and day out. And every minute that I see it go into the fire, it's like what should be new for this place. And with all the new generations coming up.
What is your biggest inspiration and what gets you excited to do this every single day, apart from it being your responsibility?
My main inspiration was my father, who was literally my father figure, who I've always looked up. And when I was even small, I used to always, whenever he would put on his white turban and his robe, I would always go up to him, pull his robe, and tell him that please make me a priest so that I can learn and perform ceremonies with you.
Yeah.
And that's how I started following his footsteps. I lost him in 79, and within a year I became a priest, and I took over here in the year 84. So my main inspiration was my father, and still he's my
biggest inspiration to keep you going. Yeah. There is another fascinating side to you, one of a wildlife photographer, which is so different from being a priest. Please tell me how you got involved in this and what made you stay with this.
Wildlife and photography, these two are things which were with me from my childhood. As a child also, I used to be very fascinated with the wildlife. Even like in my childhood, I used to make a small zoo in my compound here in there. And on the Ramnavami days, whenever there used to be a mela outside here, I would go and buy small models of animals and take a zoo in the compound here. Photography came to me much later because as one of my friends, and also who was, when I was in the school in Bombay, he was a photographer.
Okay.
And seeing his cameras and everything, I took up into photo, but also I clubbed wildlife and photography
Together, yeah.
together. And that's when I started my photography in 2004.
How are you able to connect your life as a priest with your life as a wildlife photographer? What are some commonalities and what are the life lessons that photography has taught you?
Photography has taught me a lot of things. And combining photography and priesthood both demand a huge amount of discipline. Discipline in the sense, like you have to be on time, accuracy, you have to find out. In priesthood also, you have to have your certain. Now, if you're talking of priesthood, what time you have to get up in the morning for certain ceremonies, the ceremonies that you have to start, what time you have to be in the temple for a particular ceremony. Ceremonies also are from different time to time, so to be very punctual. Same thing in wildlife photography. Wildlife photography is you are also playing with nature. You can't work with the mind of the tiger or a leopard. What time you can't tell him that you have to come at this particular time. So we have to wait for him. And we are also playing with light. So what light is falling, when, where, which angle?
Yeah.
So that's all. So in both the cases, discipline plays a major role, and patience.
Yeah.
You have to wait for 1 day, 2 days. Sometimes you get your snaps like this.
But sometimes it takes longer.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it makes you run up the wall.
Thank you so much for your time today. It was great to know about your journey through priesthood and wildlife photography.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.